Hey guys, what's up? Welcome on Top Fishing Videos. I'm David. So you are in the right place if you like fishing and fishing videos. So before watching this one, don't forget to subscribe and tick the bell. So see you after this video. Now let's watch.
Alright guys, Nate with Fishing Michiana here. Today we are headed out on Lake Oliver in LaGrange, Indiana. We're going after some rainbow and brown trout. We're going to be doing some night fishing. I got here a little early. I'm going to try to get some bait for some catfishing. Then we're going to set up, do some night fishing. I'll kind of show you as we go what we're doing and how we do this. It's super easy fishing. Anybody can come out and do this. Today's gear we're going to be using, I just picked these up at Clear H2O. These are Okuma Celio 5-foot ultralight rod, not that much different than an ice fishing jigging rod. We got it rigged with 4-pound. We're using Daiwas. I don't know the number on this Daiwa, but we're using Daiwa reels, light drag, and then I'll show you a little trick. You see right there that bobber stop? You notice I don't have a bobber on here, and I'll show you a little bit later how that helps and why that's key out here. We're just running basically a little sinker and a little Aberdeen hook. That's it. I mean, this is about as simple a rig as you can get. Anybody can do this, and hopefully this video helps you guys come out here and catch some trout. As far as bait goes, we're going to be using wax worms and red worms, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get out here right now and try to get some bluegills for some bait for some catfish videos coming up. Until it gets dark, and then once it gets dark we're going to anchor up, and I'm going to give you a little more details so I can get out here and catch some trout. So stay tuned. Let's see if we can get some fish in a boat. Alright, I want to take a second and show you guys something here on these hummingbird that some of you know and some of you may not know, but let me give you a quick tutorial. And inside of this hummingbird right here is an SD card slot. In there you can put in your Lake Master chip. So for example, I have the Midwest or the Great Lakes region Lake Master chip. The problem with that is it doesn't have all the lakes. So for example, this lake I'm on today, Oliver Lake in LaGrange, as you can see, there's no contours. It doesn't show anything. So what you can do is replace this card with what's called a zero lines card, and I'll show you a little picture of what they look like. You put that card in, and then all you do is this: you hit the menu button right here, and hit menu one more time, and it's gonna start out right here on alarms. You just hit the side arrow here until you go to this little hummingbird chart right there, and then from there you hit arrow down until you get to auto chart live. Hit the arrow to the right, and then it's gonna say it's on. As you can see, I'm on right now recording. So the reason you want to have the zero line chips is they all have auto chart live option, but the zero line chips will record 100 hours of depth, and then you can simply put that in your computer, download it, and then you have that lake's depth map. So obviously it requires driving around, but as I'm driving around, you can see here it's setting the contour lines and the depth. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So when you get out on these lakes that you don't know, for example, this lake has a really big sandbar over in this area that I know about firsthand, that if you didn't know, you know, it'd be nice to have it recorded so you can access it. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Alright guys, done getting bluegill for the bait fish, for some catfish. So now we're going to set up for these trout. What I've done is I've gone out to 60 about 63 foot of water. Marked some fish on a thermal climb, which is about 25 feet down right now. Earlier I showed you, I told you I was going to show you how this setup goes, and this is pretty much it. So, split shot, Aberdeen hook, and the rig is pretty simple. You're just going to run a red worm, just like that, out into it. And you remember I told you that we were going to be using the bobber stop on there. What I've done is I've taken this line and measured it out to 25 feet prior to coming out here, and I set this bobber stop right at 25 feet. What that does is that allows me to quickly drop right back down in the fish's face as on thermal climb without having to gauge my depth. So there's my bobber stop right there. I'm going to drop that all the way down. I'm going to show you here. I drop that all the way down to the water's edge. When that's at the water's edge, right there, I know I'm set at 25 feet. So we'll do this with both rods. We'll let them sit out, and it's pretty simple fishing. You'll see as we hook up, they just take the rod down and you reel in a trout. So easy fishing, anybody can do this. Fish on. It's on the wax worm. There you go. Oh. There you go, guys. Some beautiful rainbow trout, and they are full of energy. Fish on. Fish on. A little heavier. Rainbow. Jig head. Much better go. Much better go. One thing I like to do with all my jig heads is the knot tends to ride up the hook to the top. I like to tighten it and slide it back down so it hangs a little more horizontal. That does make a big difference when you're using jig heads and you're vertical fishing. So word to the wise, make sure your knot's on that side of it. There we go. Actually jigged that one up. Bouncing the jig down, and he hit it on the drop. That might be a strike there. Tell you what. This is just a ride on this 5-foot ultralight. Look at that. Man, he's fish by hard. All right. So we got a new little pattern here that seems to be a little healthier for these fish. And I'll show you what we're doing here. Let's get you a red worm here. This is an 1/8 ounce jig head. We are just looping it over and over, leaving a little tail, and then make sure your knot is horizontal, so it hangs horizontal or perpendicular. Okay, so we're just going to drop this down, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so we're going to drop it down to the bobber stop. This right there. I'm doing is just jigging it down. See, I just had a hit already. So just letting it free fall. Oh, almost hooked that one up. Look how quick this is happening, guys. So I dropped down about a foot more. This bobber stop may have moved just from reeling it in. Let's see what we got. A little nicer. A little nicer angle. They don't like being under the surface at all. See this fish. Just take himself off. There he goes. Much better release. Have to touch the fish. Alright, so this isn't like the perfect night to be out here doing this. We got about 10 mile an hour wind and it's pushing us around a little bit. But I guess this trip is all about adaptability. So when we came out here, we had a game plan of we're going to run split shots and Aberdeen hooks and drop down 25 foot. That worked, we caught some. But they're sucking it all the way down and it's killing every fish we catch. So obviously that's not my goal here. I'm not trying to kill a bunch of fish. I release most fish I catch. So the adaptability part of it is we're changing a little bit. We're trying something different. So we put on an 8-ounce jig head. We went from 2 rods to 1 rod so we can control, feel it bite a little bit more. And then we're just kind of jigging it down and they're smacking it on the drop every time. They're not hitting on the jig up. They're not hitting when it sits still. They're hitting it when it's falling down and then your line just stops. It's almost like a blade bait fishing. And that's when we're hooking them and they're good hookups. It's not killing the fish. They seem to be releasing pretty healthy. So we'll do this a couple more times. But if we start to have any more fish that are fatally wounded from catching, then we'll just call it a night because that's not my goal here. So I do want to have fun and catch these fish and they are blast. As you can see, they're full of energy. So let's get back down there and try it again and see what happens. fun, but they are fun. Here comes the dance. This one didn't give me much of anything. Quick release. And still got my worm. Get back down there and get after it though. Alright, well with that I think I'm going to call it a night. It is just midnight, so it's been pretty fast action tonight again. Oliver Lake, find yourself a 50 to 60 foot spot and fish about 25 feet down. Bring yourself plenty of redworms, waxworms. Bring your kids, bring your family if you want to have fun. Just catching a bunch of fish non-stop that fight like crazy. This is the place to go. So Oliver Lake, LaGrange, Indiana, and I'm calling it a night. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, hit subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
Yo, so thanks for watching this fishing video. Before leaving, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and put a thumbs up. See you, bye bye guys, take care.